we're talking about changing the definition of consent for sexual assault.
The new language provides clarity to survivors, jurors, and all parties involved.
Yeah, today, Colorado lawmakers will discuss changing a state law that could help more sexual assault survivors get justice. It's a tough topic, certainly, but so important to talk about.
And this morning, we're taking an in-depth look at the efforts in the state capitol, the proposed changes, the number of cases reported in Colorado, and the challenges getting a conviction. Last year, more than 6,500 Coloradans reported they were victims of a non-consensual sex crime.
Even more alarming is that means one new victim every 80 minutes in our state. And that's just what's being reported. Experts say the number could be 3 times as many. So this legislative session, Colorado lawmakers are working to help more survivors report what's happened to them by changing the law.
Denver 7's Colette Bordelon joins us. And Colette, they want to bring consent into the conversation.
Yeah, it's part of a bipartisan bill that's not expected to face much opposition this afternoon. Sponsors tell me it's on the fast track to the governor's desk. And for sexual assault cases called prevalent yet underreported and underconvicted, survivors say bringing the concept of consent into the courtroom, it's long overdue.
My name is Kim, and I'm a survivor of sexual assault.
No matter when or where.
I was raped in Montana at gunpoint in 2007.
Cases like Kim's, who now lives in Colorado, deserve their day in court.
That lack of consent is the crux of sexual assault.
Newly filed Colorado House Bill 1169 would change the language of state law. Right now, consent isn't even mentioned in the statute, which says, quote, causing submission of the victim by means sufficient to cause submission against the victim's will.
Our definition of consent for rape or sexual assault is out of date.
Bill sponsor Matt Soper calls the language dated at best, confusing at worst.
Jurors struggle to understand those terms, and yet the judge really couldn't turn to them and say, it's about consent.
Lawmakers want to change the definition, making it more specific, knowing the victim does not consent.
And the most difficult cases to get convictions on are rape and sexual assault cases.
The hope is the language change changes the likelihood of a conviction in the courtroom for cases that already have lots of variables for a jury to consider.
Not everyone responds the same way to a sexual assault, but jurors don't necessarily get armed with that information.
For survivors, it's another step in an uphill battle.
The updated language in the statute more accurately and clearly reflects the reality of sexual assault.
Using the definition of consent to clarify their cases.
Kim says the language change is an improvement, but believes the phrase knowing the victim does not consent would be stronger if it was written as without the consent of the victim. That aligns with the FBI's definition of rape.
Colette, even with the new definition, though, we've heard from this story going through the criminal justice system is so challenging. Some of the most difficult cases to prosecute are sexual assault or domestic violence. So why is that?
There are so many reasons for that, Nicole, and each case has their own complexities in what can be a confusing process heading through that justice system. Some of those include a lack of physical evidence or even witnesses. They could also include the re-traumatization of testifying at a trial for a victim and a survivor. Those with the Colorado District Attorney's Council say it's become obvious they needed more support on these cases because of that emotional and trauma response that could look different in plaintiffs and could confuse a jury. It's just a handful of considerations in the courtroom. And of course, those with the District Attorney's Council tell me that those plaintiffs and victims in that situation, no matter what the perpetrator gets out of a conviction, it doesn't justify anything that those people have gone through.
Absolutely. Thank you, Colette. It's important to know they're not alone and there is help out there. If you need to talk to someone or if you need help reporting an assault, you can reach out to the Blue Bench through the number on your screen. And if you don't want to talk on the phone, you can also find medical care, shelters, and other resources on the website youhavetheright.co.org.